Jonathan Seriam Agbame, who is an assistant librarian and in charge of electronic resources. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and seated right next to him is Donos Wolanyo Boedi, who is also with the research, who also does research and is also an assistant librarian. Did I get that right?
Yes.
You got it. Oh, the way it's morning. Let's ginger up.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready.
Have you ever been on the GTV breakfast before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Last year we were here for
the first library
week. Yes, the maiden edition.
But that's a nice name. Is it about libraries? What exactly is the library week?
So it's a period where we get to publicize the library, get to take the library to our constituents, let them know what we are doing for them and what is available for them to use, for especially for an academic institution, to get them to know what they can use for their learning and then their research activities.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
more of a publicity.
More of a publicity drive. Oh, okay. Jonathan, you want to add on to that?
Okay, something more to add to what he just said. It's a time for us to market our electronic or our resources in the library. Traditionally, we are known to be confined to a place and we just pile books, students come, sit there and read. But the library offers more than that. So the library week becomes the occasion we try to let the users know beyond the traditional library, some of the resources and services that we offer that they may not be aware of, so that we market our value as a library to our clients, that's the students and staff of the university.
Okay. Is it a myth or it's actually true that for some books we cannot find them at the library unless we check online? Or for some books you can only find them in the library and you can't find them online? Is that true?
To some extent, yes. There are some that you can't find. The digitization is still ongoing, and so there are old books, old materials that have not yet been digitized, and so you would not find them online. And as the digitization is progressing, you would, to some extent, later on, will find those materials online. But for now, there are some that are still, especially in Ghana here, there are some of those old materials that you still not find online.
Yeah.
So yes, there are.
Because you do research and everything, do you think Ghana is lacking when it comes to that digitization?
Yes, statistics shows that yes, we are lacking, because where the research output, especially even for, it's not just Ghana, the whole Africa, our research output worldwide, the research output for Africa is less than 1% of the entire research output for the world. Yeah,
just 1%.
Yes,
less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Well, how can we improve on that record?
I think we can start by collaborating more, because it's like you are a toddler that is trying to get to that level. Yeah. We have to do more of collaboration to build our own capacity. We also have to put in a lot of funding, as other advanced countries are doing. We are not funding research in Africa. And especially
is that one of the main causes?
One of the main issues. It's not that we don't have the capacity. We have to some extent, not to the level that the advanced countries have, but the little capacity that we have, we are also challenged in terms of resources to be able to undertake those research. And so that's one of the major challenges.
Okay. Jonathan, I realized you wanted to say something earlier.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add a little to what he said. I think that research is, in advanced countries, a chunk of their resources goes into funding research. And that is why, if you notice, a lot of African researchers always, when it comes to mind, let's look for funding for their research. Most of them are looking to developed countries to source for funds.
Yeah.
That tells you that we are giving, as a country. Let me take Ghana as an example. Very little of our resources goes into funding research. Yeah. And so if we begin to develop the culture of allocating a chunk of our resources to funding research, especially one that is tailored towards our national development, I think you have a lot of researchers applying for such grants and then undertaking extensive research. That will increase our output in general.
And hopefully, maybe next year by this time, instead of less than 1%, we have less than 20%, perhaps.
Yes,
because less than 1%, that's like 0 points. I'm sure that's what has informed your theme. If I get it right, it's Connect, Discover, Thrive, Enhancing Faculty and Student Experiences for Lifelong Learning. Yeah, Jonathan, I want to start with you on the theme. What you want to tell us about that?
Okay, so what we are focusing on is that there is a unique relationship between lecturers and students, and usually as a teaching and learning context, especially in academic environments, you also have the research component. And our focus as a library is to take this unique relationship beyond the students' stay on campus or in the university. Our theme is to drive the development of skills or collaboration between lecturers and students, so that even after they even leave faculty, there could still be that collaboration to continue with the teaching and learning process. So that is our focus, to take the library's role in fostering teaching, learning, and research relationship between faculty and staff beyond the confines of the university or beyond the stay of the students on campus.
Yeah, because I know for some people, once they are done with school, they don't want to return. Yeah. Hopefully this will bring them back. Donos, how about you?
So beyond that, we are looking at fostering, helping our students to be able to transfer the skills that they learn into industry. And so by so doing, we are bringing industry and academia collaboration. And that disconnect is there. What we think that we can do to help is to equip them with the transferable skills that they can use in the industry. And when industry now sees that the students that we are churning out have the requisite skills, and they'll be more willing to support our cause, they'll be more willing to put resources into what we do.
The necessary funding.
Yeah. So that is what we are looking at doing. Yeah. And so we are saying that Connect, Discover, and Thrive. So we are creating the space for them to connect with our resources, connect with faculty, connect with their peers, to be able to to be able to do research that is impactful, impact-oriented research. Discover, because we have a wealth of knowledge in the library and then within the institution that the students can take advantage of, which they do not always know because
they are not aware.
Statistics show that the databases and the electronic resources that we use, that the Consortium of Academic and Research Libraries in Ghana negotiates for academic institutions in Ghana, statistics show that the usage is very low, even though the school pays a lot of money for it. Okay. And that is something that is across board. And one of the things that we are doing, even with the media engagement, is to get people to know these resources and then get to use them. And then Thrive, because we are looking beyond just the academic environment, for them to be able to thrive academically and professionally, that is transferring those skills into the workplace as well. So we are enhancing and equipping them with the necessary skills to be able to.
And connecting them with all these opportunities, making sure they thrive and everything. Yes. Jonathan, is that how it feels like talking to a researcher? Every time it's like according to statistics, and then he mentions where. do you get that a lot?
Our work is evidence-based, so you have to always make sure that whatever you are saying is.
But you mentioned something interesting, both of you, when you're making your submissions earlier, especially with the Thrive aspect of your theme, where it looks like there's that disconnect between what you learn on campus and when you actually go onto the field. You realize that there's this disconnect. Yes. So I'm glad with your theme like that, it helps people to bridge that gap, because sometimes what you learn, the theory doesn't match the practical. So take us through the program lineup for the second library week.
Okay, so yesterday we had our first session. That was an outreach program at the forecourt of the auditorium, where students, with whatever question they have in mind, could come and then interact with library reps from their faculties. So that was what we had. Today we are focusing on media engagement, trying to market the library as well as the institution to the rest of Ghana and even the world.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just go back to yesterday. I noticed a number of school kids. Is it the idea to get them young?
It's part of the. It was part of last year's program. Last year's program, we did an outreach where we went to basic schools to
Okay.
take them through a reading clinic program. Teaching them how to go about building their own reading capacity. And then we did some donations to those schools, their schools. So this last year's program, and it will be part of our programs going forward. But every year we have a different theme. So based on the theme, we designed something that will fit that particular
year. Yes, Jonathan, please continue with the outline.
Okay, and then on Wednesday we would have a webinar, and it will be we have a lecturer, professor, interacting with our students, giving them knowledge on how to prepare and make use of their
opportunities
the opportunities that the university offers as well as the world is offering them. So that's targeted to our students, not only our students, but even students across the world who would want to join our webinars.
I
suppose there's a Zoom link that will come across.
Yeah, there's a Zoom link that will be shared.
And our webinars are we've been organizing over the years. It's very huge. We get people from all over Africa joining our webinars, from Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, and all. And we look at trending issues, and then we do webinars on them, get the right people to speak to those issues. And so we have a lot of people from outside the country, even outside of Africa, joining our webinars. So it's one of the big things that we have, one of our big events that we...
All right. Yeah. So, Jonathan, is that it for the lineup?
On Thursday, we'll also be having our creative art events, where it's a technical university, so we imbibe in the students very technical skills. So this will be a day for them to come and show their skills. So you have people who are engaged. So it's going to be a competition. You have people who are into arts, painting, fashion show. Several skills that they have will be on display at the forecourt of the auditorium.
So it's like the school's got talent.
Yes, the school got talent, something similar to that. And that is to showcase we said earlier, is to showcase the skills of the students and how relevant those skills are even to helping in societal development. And also for industry players who are interested to see the sort of skills that are imbibed in the students.
So from just what he said, the Creative Arts Fund Day competition, one of the unique thing about it is that this time around we are looking at them grounding their creative arts on some research-based something. So ground it on something. What is the concept about? How is it? What problem is it solving in society?
It shouldn't just
be any art like that.
There's a theme. There's a theme to it. So now that in this age of digitization with AI and everything, is AI friendly to libraries?
Very.
Okay. That's our time. So we're speaking about the second library week for the Accra Technical University. My guests have been Jonathan Seriam Agbame and Donos Wolanyo Boedi. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the program. The show hasn't ended. We're going to do some sports updates and all. So please stay with us.